So grabbing their attention is important. I will show you now a couple of CV examples, and I'd like you to look at those CVs from a recruiter's perspective. Now, this is a recruiter, it's 4 p.m. They've already had probably 7 interviews and 3 client calls and 50 emails. And then they receive a CV they decide to open. And my question with the CVs, I will walk you through the first one, but in the following examples, I'd like you to spot the mistakes. And I want your impression, what you think this person could, what kind of position you would recommend this person to, etc. So, examples. All of these examples are real CVs we have received for review. All the details have been anonymized or substituted. So here we have Barbara Smith. Question to you, what position, if you were a recruiter, what position would you recommend this person for at first glance? Junior. At age 43, she should have an intro. Absolutely. No summary, education before employment. Okay, I can already tell that you're looking at the mistakes. So yes, we don't really know. As a recruiter, I would have no idea. Maybe something with engineering, 43 engineering. And here, what are the fact that Smith is in all caps, I know that this is probably somebody from France. And we have the age there, we have number of children, driving license. These are all things that shouldn't be, at least not there in the CV. And as you've correctly pointed out, education is before employment history. And if you pay attention, there is in the second section, it says languages and IT, but only the languages aren't listed. Plus, and this is a common mistake, it does not say, the languages do not mention their own language. I do assume that if it's a French nationality and they've had a French education, that they are a French speaker. Now, this is a common, especially if you think that your CV could be forwarded to headquarters to somebody, they will not recognize, looking at your last name or even your address in today's international job market, they will not know what your native language is. So make sure that you do include your own native language in the CV. Okay, second example. What would you recommend? What role would you recommend this person for? Manager. Okay, it does say experienced manager. Manager, finance manager. Okay, what mistakes do you see on this CV? Let's look for mistakes together. It's a wall of text, which per se is not a mistake. Text is good, but because it's a wall, what I need is to have the keywords bolded. There is inconsistent formatting. The introduction might be too long. Nothing stands out exactly. So when somebody because the eye on the screen doesn't read, it scans information. So here, what I see is John Smith, ACCA MBA, so that tells me finance, probably manager. And then I'd jump right to position, which I don't see here yet. Okay, next. Example number 3. And again, all these examples are real. What would you recommend this? What role could this person have? Something with communication, decision maker, public relations manager, maybe. And this is a perfect example of why it's so important to send your CV in .pdf. Everybody works on a different word text editor. Some work on Mac, some on some old Windows, some on new Windows, some have Linux and OpenOffice. And this is somebody who works in communication, in public relations. And the first impression I have from that person would be everything is completely scrambled up. Okay, next example. What mistakes do you see in this CV? No name. Career goal is not needed. He's already applying to a job. That's correct. Now, this is, for example, when it comes to the career goal, this is something where you will find recruiters and HR professionals who will tell you include the career goal in your CV. And this is approximately 5% of HR professionals and recruiters who say that. The career goal should definitely be in the cover email, and it's inferred by the position you're applying to. And if this is saved in a database and somebody opens it up after 2-3 years, it's completely irrelevant. There's somebody didn't want to name the company they actually worked for. It does say it says career goal and then my key strength, etc. But again, nothing is bolded. It starts by Austrian nationality, age 43, married, etc., etc. Too many pieces of info. That's irrelevant, unless it is relevant to have a work permit, and then it's okay to mention. But there are details that can be mentioned at the very end of the CV. Okay. This is again a very good example of how not to prepare a CV. The light blue box, that's where the photo was. Yeah. Some of you are already typing, lots of empty space, exactly. First look without info, skip. I would then start scrolling, trying to interpret. So there's a lot of missed opportunity here. And please do not start with the personal data. It definitely, the tendency in the European Union and internationally is to not include any type of details that could be base for discrimination. GDPR is getting more and more companies start to finally understand how GDPR should be used and applied. And it does say very clearly that you should only collect information from candidates that influence the hiring decision. April 12, 1969, the birth date is not a basis of, no. Okay, good, next. Again, one of my favorites, this is somebody who says they do customer experience, that they are experienced in customer experience. I am a customer, I read your document. And it's completely illegible. Why? Because it was sent in a .doc format. There's no profile summary. You can see that's a big no. What about this CV? Question to you. Okay, at first sight we can see it's HR. What makes this person unique? What would you say? Okay, somebody says too big font. What is this? What is the uniqueness of this HR and finance director? Here it says he puts achievements first. I cannot see the whole document. Should it be like this? I don't know if you have that as well, but um, whenever I receive a two-column CV and there's been research done on that, my eyes don't really know whether to read on the left or on the right. So what you definitely want to avoid is two-column CVs. It is a trend, especially with portals that offer templates, CV templates. It might look nice, but it's completely, entirely impractical. Plus, applicant tracking systems have a really hard time reading those. So a big no to two-column CVs. Okay, so Carolina says, I cannot see the whole document. Should it be like this? Yes. When somebody opens your CV, you see the reader usually sees the first half page, and this is why you're seeing the first half page. Here a question, what if only the contact details are in the left column of the template? You would probably waste a lot of space, because if you have an entire column only for contact details, you're missing, what, 4 centimeters of space. So contact details are usually best put up in the header, and we'll look at that. I'll show you good examples as well, not only the bad ones. Okay, John Kowalski. Perfect example again of how not to send open formats but PDFs. It starts with date of birth, bad composition, it is chaotic, it has an attempt of a profile summary, which is 3 lines. It starts with qualification and not with the profile summary, etc., etc. So again, that's a no. Here, CV number 9. What could be better done in this CV? What are areas of improvement here? The introduction is missing, yes. So the profile summary is missing. Here's one comment that the name of the company is missing. Well, it is the chamber of commerce. This might be too long. Carolina says, without columns, the CV might be too long. Actually, the research shows that 2-column CVs take up more space than 1-column CVs. Okay, good. So one other thing that can be done here, at first sight, from a recruiter's perspective, I see this person has had 3 jobs in 5 years, changes too often, next. I want somebody who wants to commit for at least 3 to 4 years. Only when I start reading the CV, I see, oh, actually, Chamber of Commerce, oh, that might be the same company. So I will show you later on how batching of positions within a company could be a good solution in this case. And no unique numbers and descriptions of each job, correct. So the successes were missing. What about this CV? That's the last one in terms of bad examples. What do you think about this CV? Overall impressions? Yes, no, why? Too much space just for the name, and the contact details correct. If you want an exact number, we found that the best header is maximum 4 centimeters. Much better, too long summary, 5 points would be enough, but he has numbers. There are some numbers, but it is in a light gray. So it would be much more legible if it was a slightly darker color and the most important bits bold.
Hi, you have just watched a little fragment of all the know-how at Career Angels that goes into finding the best possible job. We have decided to put our know-how into one very thorough and structured course that is now available on Udemy. In that course, we will walk you through all 4 steps of the job hunting process. Step number 1 is about goal setting, realistic goal setting. We will explain career management theory backed by research, as well as walk you through the parameter bidding exercise. Step number 2 is about your unique selling proposition. In other words, how you position yourself on the current job market. Step number 3 is about communicating that in your CV for applicant tracking systems, and your optimized LinkedIn profile. Step number 4, the last step, is about managing and navigating the job hunting channels, meaning how to network, how to apply to job ads, how to contact headhunters, and how to contact and reach out to decision makers at the companies you would like to work for. So in summary, the course is very thorough, explains all our methodology, and is now available on Udemy. Summarizing, our course on Udemy walks you through the 4 steps of the job search process. Why did we decide to publish it? We did that so that your own job search becomes less frustrating, faster, and more effective. If you'd like to check it out, find the link down there in the description.